Alrighty. How is everybody doing? Decided to change it up a little bit, turn the webcam on. We haven't done that in a little bit, so I'm just going to make sure that we got everything up and running here. Got that. Put that there. Alright. So where we left off, we basically have another ally that we need to take care of here. We've still got a lot of stuff to do in Omi. We got a few more of those guys to kill. Finish them. We haven't gone after all the traders yet. We need to find that guy. And we killed one of those assassins here earlier. Or shinobi that are essentially not shinobi anymore. So destroyed Tenshu. That's in Wakasa. Now with Yamashiro, we have how many? 56 more? Let's see if we're lucky. Any of these bandit hideouts respawned. Kind of see what happens with that. So we can hope we can knock that whole entire quest line out. Gotta think about it. There's an echo. There we go. Echo's off. I am not going the right way. Should have that right-hand turn. Hey Zach, how you doing? Welcome in, dude.
Whoa!
Respawn. Awesome.
They'll raise the alarm if they see me.
Hmm? Wait for him to walk away. There we go.
Eh?
Ah! Oh! Ah!
Hey. I think that's everybody. So now we just gotta wait for them to respawn again at some point, and
hopefully get that side quest knocked out, because that was like, what, 6? There's another area somewhere. It's right there. Yeah, weekend was great. I did a couple of practice tests for my FAA exam, and I got one of them that was like low 70s, and then I got like a 98 on the next one, so I want to try and get a few more of those in and study a bit more to make sure I'm actually 100% ready to take it. So it feels like I keep putting it off, and I basically am, but, you know, I don't want to waste $150 to take this exam and then fail it, so...
Oi!
Going uphill? It is going uphill. Give me 1 second. I totally forgot I had laundry getting done. Sorry, 2 seconds, guys. Sorry about that. Totally forgot that my washer stopped. Had to throw everything in the dryer. Anything new there? Okay.
Easy.
Bandits? Or, no, good.
Oi.
Huh?
What is hiding here?
Go on, horse. Alright, fine.
Yukuzo! Hold on. I'm not allowed here. I should be quiet.
Another force around.
Cool. Alright. We did our grind. Let us go. Yeah, we'll do that. Take out a castle. Get on top of this one, it'll be okay. Wasn't exactly how I planned that, but
Careful. This place is on alert.
Let's see what you've got. Where'd they go? Why won't you die?
I don't know why I can swim. For these.
That's suspicious. One shot. 無駄な真似を。
Alright, that could have been handled a little bit better. See out here for a second, we should theoretically regen. There we go. Alright, where's our die shows? I think it's just a armored guy. I don't think that's actually one of them. Block it, and yet they still hit you with it. There we go. Try to get some resources while we're here.
Hey.
Really? She didn't hold on to it?
Hmm?
Check. Just a second. See, I don't understand why she's not holding on to, like, we're grabbing, and then she's not, like, actually holding on to the person we grabbed, so I don't think what's happening here. It could be something with my game. There's one of our guys, right over there. Where did I see him? It's probably out of reach now. Hang on. There he is. I see him.
Well, anything? I will update you soon. You, that's yours!
That was actually perfect. I don't care what anybody says. That was spot on. Now, are these Akechi that we're killing here? They are, okay. So we need 8 more, and then we have that quest line done as well. Hey, Rebel, how you doing? Alright, this is back outside, never mind. So we need to work our way this way now. What part are we on? We're actually doing one of those castles, like, you know, the ones that I tried to do the other day and we weren't able to do it because the guys were too strong. Well, now we're in a different castle, but we're doing the same thing. I did some of my practice exams earlier, and I don't think people are really too interested in that because whenever I was doing them, I think we had like one person join, so I was like, yeah, they're probably not too exciting to sit there and watch, so we ended that a little bit quicker than I thought we would.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't think you missed much, honestly. Oh yeah, guys, go ahead and kill you.
I'll bleed you out. Summon more soldiers! I'll slit your throat! I need reinforcements!
That's the thing I needed to have killed. So, I did like a 70 on one exam, and an 80 on the second, and a 90 on the third, so it's kind of hard to say because some of the questions, like there's 800 some odd questions, and some of them I've never even seen before, and they will just go over something that I totally forgot was a thing. So like, it's getting better, but I feel like I could definitely use a bit more practice.
Someone over there?
I could probably go take the exam now and be fine. But if I fail it, I don't feel like being out like $150. So I'd kind of rather make sure that whenever I do it, it's actually going to be, you know, done right the first time. He might be inside. There's like 3 flashing things in there.
That's odd. Stop her! You little sneak!
I love how like he's not blocking.
I don't see that. All right, it's mine.
I should return to Maya and tell her the good news.
Oh yeah, same. I think there's something kind of going on with my game because it's like she's not blocking when I'm telling her to block. And if we grab onto somebody, she's like not actually holding on to the person that we're grabbing. So I kind of think that we have an issue with the control scheme. And if that's the case, then I might restart it here in a few, but But that being said, here later I might do a few more of those practice questions. Like if you want to see what they look like, I can show you what all we got. Oh, we need Yasuke in here. Okay. That might be one of those crests that I was looking for.
There's something happening there.
Who's a good puppy?
Are you trying to insult me?
Good boy.
I think that might be him up there. That is him.
Something's moving.
She cannot die!
It's also like really nice is he's like already at the chest that we unlocked with him. Boom. Alright. Let's go get this fast travel point up here. We'll come back as Yasuke. Then we'll get that other piece. Basically like Mortal Kombat. Is there a way to get in? That's easy. I don't see the trapdoor, damn. Do that. Yeah, I've got work here in like 12 hours, so I'm just like, we'll get a little bit more of this this game in, then we'll kind of call it kind of good after that. Okay. Let's switch characters. is there an easy way for me to get back in here, I wonder? Probably should have scoped that out before I switched, but... That's not what I meant to do. There we go. He'll be okay. I just had to re-enter that castle.
And here!
Oh, you want to kick me? There, I'll kick you. No, we're
Lost contact!
Yeah, I actually kicked a guy off of the building, and there's actually an achievement called "This is Japan." Actually, like, I'm not kidding. That is actually the name of the achievement. All right, we need to go right up there. Let's see what's over here really quick. Get that.
Look at me!
Okay, that was a bit more gruesome than it needed to be. Okay, it's another flight above us.
I will gut you, samurai!
Those Kemon chests have a distinct look.
Alright, that's one. That's what we needed. Let's get out of here. I don't remember how to get out of here now. Oh, here we go. this. Yeah, there's some pretty good gear in this game. Alright, we are out of here. I honestly think this is like as far from Ghost of Tsushima as you possibly can be. Like, just because it's set in close to the same time period in Japan doesn't mean that it's a copy. It's kind of like saying Battlefield 1942 was copied off of Call of Duty or Brothers in Arms, or any RTS game that's set in World War II is a copy of another game. Alright, so where is that one lady at? She's there. That's right, she was all the way over here. Probably need to get up. Now let's try it. Bingo. Hey, Star Foxer, how you doing, dude? Dude, you should see him on the boats. Like he can barely push that boat. There are extra scouts. Refill our supplies. Yeah, so basically, Star Fox, what's going on is, a lot of people say that because Ghost of Tsushima is an open world game based in Japan with samurai, that Assassin's Creed copied off of them, even though the formula for Ghost of Tsushima was copied from Assassin's Creed, because it's been around longer. But since it takes place in this, like, roughly the same time period and all that, it kind of goes into the whole, like, oh, they copied them, when, like, this plays more like an Assassin's Creed game, just with cutscenes.
My allies and I have removed many rogue soldiers.
That's just my opinion, though.
Yes, yes, I know. Glory to God and my dearly departed husband. Here, take this reward.
Thank you. But we didn't do it for...
Praise my husband, the saint in heaven, and thanks be to God for your divine intervention.
Goodbye, Maria.
Crafting material, I will take it. That one is an Iga, so that's done. What should we do? Should we do a side quest? Should we do an assassin mission? What are you guys feeling? Yeah, I'm not ready for another week to begin, like, either, honestly. Now, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I really should be studying, but I'm like really putting it off. Like, I studied for a bit today, and like, I know I'm just gonna have to do it again. I might do another practice quiz before I end stream tonight. We'll see.
Katsuhime! There you are. Impressive view. It is. This place. Your mother?
My mentor,
Ah,
Sugitani Zenjubo. He taught me the teppo.
I shouldn't have intruded. I'll come back.
No, no. It is fine. It's
Oh,
just
What?
you want to
I
laugh?
need
Let me show you
sake
something here in a second.
for a grave offering. My father drank it all.
He did seem different. But don't worry. I'll find some.
We'll come back to that here in a second. You're gonna laugh at this. Let's go here. So you said you love that iconic jump?
I am fine. This is fine.
Yeah, he can't do that. Yeah, every time he jumps off of something into a hay bale, you're just like, okay, yeah, that... Let me, show you something. Where's the achievements? There they are. Hang on. Wait, does it not show the ones I've already completed? Oh, all achievements. There we go. Okay, so... This is Japan, actually. There's the achievement I told you about, where you kick an enemy from a high place. Leap of Fail is what it's called. Yeah. That is literally, like, the achievement.
I need to find some sake for Katsuhime.
We got some stuff over here. And it looks like it's below us. Is there a basement? There is a basement.
An underground storage chamber. There could be some sake here.
That.
This should make a fine offering for Katsuhime's mentor.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, that's kind of like one of the great things about Assassin's Creed, I think, is that there are a lot of serious moments, but at the same time, there's just as many, like, comic, just to kind of lighten the mood a little bit.
You said you wanted to join my Kakushibaiki.
I said I might want to join. Who do I get to kill?
That's not our purpose. We're trying to build a better, more peaceful world.
I know. I jest. But look, the Ikoiki were smashed. Enryakuji was burned to the ground. The daimyos bicker and the endless wars, well, they never end. So what does your Ikki have to offer me, other than a swift and violent death?
Hope, optimism, adventure.
Time. With me.
Oh. I'd
That's
like
usually the way to
that.
do it.
Me too.
All right, Eigahime. I'll try it out. If you do something for me, meet me in Wakasa. I have some friends you should meet.
I don't want to
You
go to
have
Wakasa
friends?
just yet.
Yes, Naoe. I do. The Rokkak name is known across Omi and beyond.
Yes, the great Rokkaku clan
And
with
Ikki
no
is kind of
castles
like a
left.
group,
Don't worry.
like a guild.
I'll be there.
Or a society, I guess you could say. So, like, the assassins, so, her family, her mother was an assassin. I don't think her dad was. But that was an Ikki. And then they also had an Ikki for, kind of like these people who swore a bond together. And when, once they swear this oath, they basically become an Ikki. That's at least how I'm understanding it. I could be totally wrong. It's still got less damage than what we're doing. Yeah, we're not going to mess with that right now. Hold on to that. Let's look at our tools really quick. We haven't messed with these guys at all. Okay. Let's do... Just looking for them. We haven't finished with her. Let's go find this guy. Southwestern part of town. Bingo. Oh yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of like one of the big things about this game is Assassin's Creed tends to focus more, like 98% of the game is in the past, while like a very small portion of it is actually like in the present day. And that's why I don't remember half of what happens in the modern day.
Nobutsuna Sensei's estate. So much has happened since we last saw each other.
It is good to see you again, Yasuke. What of the days since Honnoji?
Yeah,
New allies and fresh purpose guide my steps, Sensei. But it is not the same as before.
It is not. We will not see anything like the days of Lord Nobunaga's reign again. Ambitions and dreams are but leaves in the wind.
I never thought I would outlive him. But all things must pass. Even power and valor such as his.
So it is with us all. So it is with myself. But your loyalty has proven you worthy of bearing this flame. It is time, Yasuke. Open the scroll!
Sensei, you honor me before my time. I am not skilled enough.
Your sword is ready. But it's your heart.
What would you have me do?
After my disgrace, my finest students scattered across the land in search of new techniques. Seek out these masters of the art, Yasuke. Prove to them that my sword school remains unbroken, and they will teach you how the samurai's weapons may bloom in battle.
I will prove your faith in me, Sensei, and return your champion. There is one thing I wish to ask. Will you drink with me? 1 cup of sake. Just one.
Your potential is matched only by your impudence. Fine. 1 cup of sake.
Something
But
tells me this is not gonna
only when you
happen.
return in triumph.
Last time Yasuke drank sake, he ended up in a wagon. Okay, so we have a lot of people that we need to duel and such. Okay. That's an Omi. That's in Key. Thank you for the heart, me. Appreciate it. They're in Yamato. Wakasa. Yamato. Arma. Okay, so this one is at least close to us. Set by bridges. Up there. You know, is it Picho or Pecco? There's a lot of kind of like side missions where you have to go find like X number of people, so we had to assassinate a small group of people, we've had rumors that we're investigating. We're getting there, slowly but surely. God, they're over here.
Marume Nagayoshi's been running his mouth, challenging everyone.
Chef Hong's noodles.
I'm a pacifist.
The best in Wakasa, and some say in all the land.
They just want us to go to Wakasa.
This is not what I am looking for.
You even took on a new name when you converted, didn't you?
I did, but my faith is none of your concern.
It is the speed with which he prepares the noodles. Slow, almost instant. It's the flavor.
Take that. This up here.
My sensei sent me to represent our technique in a duel. But have you
Marume Nagayoshi of Shinkage Ryo challenges any and all to a duel. By the road that leads north out of Azuchi, that is him. Nobutsuna Sensei student, and a familiar face. This time will be different.
Okay, rolling north out of there. Is that where we're at, or? Beach near Trade Harbor. Okay, so we're probably going to have to go find him here in a second. First, let's see what all this is. Okay, small temple. Trade Harbor.
We're going to be rich.
By following the tiny drunk creature who farts called Mon?
He doesn't fart, damn idiot. They fall off his body.
I won't help you if you get mean.
Alright, where's this supposed beach at? Right there. What do you have
sell things you don't even know you need.
What Skyrim mod list this is? Dude, I am kind of scared to see what the modding community is going to do with this game.
I will come back another time.
We appreciate your patronage.
Alright, let's go duel this guy. Question is... where are they?
I am not worth your time.
I think I've heard you say that before.
There they are.
Yep.
Yasuke, over here. Yasuke.
Been a while.
Seasons have passed since our days on the training grounds of Azuchi Castle. What brings you here?
I have learnt much since we last met, Marume Nakayoshi. To attain mastery, I must be tested by one who has done the same. I have come to duel you again.
Tell me what you have learned, then. What is the path to victory against a strong opponent?
Nobutsuna Sensei said the mind shifts with everything it confronts. To counter my opponent, I must watch and understand their moves keenly.
You have committed our sensei's teachings to memory. But these lessons are useless if held back by the dispositions of defeat, timidity, laxity, retreat. There are no foes fiercer than these. Can you overcome them?
I know you are undefeated. No other man has dared challenge you. But that is precisely why I have sought you out.
Spoken like a samurai. I am Marume Tessai Nagayoshi, by birth Fujiwara Nagayoshi, and I gladly accept your challenge.
Hopefully it's not to the death. That would be absolutely terrible if we actually had to kill this guy, because I actually kind of like him.
All without distraction, morning dew and fading mist. The warrior's truest fight is within. Dispel any timidity. Again. Leave no room. Leave no room for hesitation. So, this is how defeat feels.
At least he's not dead.
That
I'm
was
happy
a
about that.
hard-fought duel.
It is not our duel I speak of. I once craved the joy of battle. My sword flashing like a flame in the spring wind. Dozens fell. but it whittled down my soul until I would look at a man and see just a body to break.
To overcome your fear, you fed your pride and anger in its place.
Nobutsuna-sensei saved me. His art taught me to honor the hands and heart behind each sword.
Your graciousness toward me now is a testament to his work.
But with each duel I win, I come close to slipping back upon that dark path. Your victory staves off its shadow, and honors our sensei's teaching. I will share with you what I know, and return to our sensei's side.
Alright. Huzzah! Let's go see what this is. And I'm gonna switch characters. I'm gonna switch back to Naui, I think. Yeah, we'll hold on to that. That would be better. We just need to get up to that rank. Do a better bow. Military harbor. Now we can try and get in here and take out that castle again. But that's 4 of those daimyos that we gotta try and kill. This one got updated. Yeah, it's Yamato still. Koshiki Outlands, where's that at? Way up north. Let's go see what this place is up here. Oh crap. Guess what we're having to do? Yep. This is a, like an archery thing for him. Make sure I got arrows.
Welcome to the Azuchi Yabusame Arena. From the horse, shoot the paper lanterns along the track. Sounds simple, eh?
I am ready.
We'll try it.
I will count down from 3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, that wasn't too terribly bad.
That went well.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're actually all on the same side of the road.
The great Minamoto no Tametomo would have been impressed by that display.
Yeah, no, we keep switching. Hey, BC, how you doing? Yeah, Rebel. I had to go out and get a $130 calculator the other day for flight school, which is actually kind of handy, but it's like, it's a calculator specifically for aviation. So like, it'll calculate your weight and balances, your crosswinds, all kinds of different stuff. Alright, for the most part, dude, I feel ya. Getting closer into summer and had the same kind of feelings.
Whoa.
Really?
Not good.
Yeah, I got my endorsement like a week and a half ago, but I'm trying to get some more studying done before I actually go in. Is this a coffin? I think it is. I'm trying to get more studying done before I actually go into the actual exam. It is one, okay.
I hate it here. The damp, the echoes. Why was I chosen for this?
Do I have to step outside? Oh, I gotcha. Make sure I light all these so I know which way that we've already been. Yeah, it's gonna be about how I am too. Especially since we're starting to fall behind again. Take that. Yeah, it's definitely a huge plus right there.
They've been in there for ages. What's taking
Yeah, well, I honestly didn't even realize that The Last of Us Season 2 was already out. Like, I didn't realize it started today. We're gonna do those things here in a second. Yes, we do. Yep, the show. Oh, damn. I'll leave it like that. We'll see what it does. Yeah, I haven't seen anything on The Mandalorian. Yeah, it didn't work. Take this one first. We'll get that here in a second. Okay, why are you jumping like that instead of jumping on this? There you go.
Fight me!
are out of here. Still a lot of stuff that we haven't looked at down there yet either. They may also just be trees for all I know. Yeah, we'll hold on to it. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I never get on Twitter, so... I think that's what you mean by Blue app, or are you talking about Facebook? Let's see, it's almost 5. A little bit longer.
Yukuzo!
Attacking me, so that's good. Oh wait, no, it's going into the town. Never mind. I thought this was like a little base here. Look at this place.
Whoa!
Doing up at this time? Honestly, this is about my normal hours, because I work second shift, so usually I go to bed at roughly... Oh, I saw that going there in my head. At least I killed one of them. I usually go to bed roughly 7-ish in the morning.
I need more soldiers!
Sonya, I feel you. That's kind of how it is with me also, and that's why I'm on the second shift. So I am a owl. I would much rather be awake late at night than getting up early in the morning. Maybe we would have something a little bit more high value here. I mean, we've got supplies, which is good. I'll take them. Alright, we're done here. I'm probably going to do like a practice exam here in a few, and I know I'm probably going to lose people with it, but I kind of want to do one more before the night's over. They're like 60 questions long-ish. Oh damn, those are some big birds. Shinobi path? Path of the blade, this is the one, okay.
I wonder where this leads. This could be one of the Kakushiba-iki outposts from Kataribera's notebook.
Maybe.
Stay your blade from the flesh of the innocent. I saw this tenet in the Setsu Kofun. If only it was easier to tell who's actually innocent. A letter signed by my mother? A message asking for help. Kaede, we have information that a mysterious group has emerged. They know what we are protecting and where the objects are hidden. The location of the box was compromised. Tsuyu called every member of the Kakushiba-iki to Setsu to defend it. Those bodies in the Kofun, they perished.
Okay, so we got one of those. I wasn't even planning on us to get that, but okay. Still need to find the chest, though. There we go. Under there? No. Let's see. Okay. Do have a viewpoint here though that we can go get. Which is just up the way. Any box? I don't see a box. Okay.
I should stay hidden here.
No trick.
I thought I saw another guy over there. Forest rock path, that's kind of nice. Okay, let's go see what that is over there. Looks like just a village.
Yup.
Not a state. Okay.
Whoa. Yup.
Oh, it's a temple. We have 2 lost pages. There's one. go get this spot down here. Is there a boat below us? There's one over there. Head over here, we'll keep an eye out, see maybe if there's water. Okay. Got something up here that looks handy. That was probably these right here. That. It's over there. Let me check something, because I think somebody said that there was a legendary chest over here somewhere. Okay, so... Okay, so yeah, I am on the right island. I was right. You seem to be on the western side of it. Sure I didn't miss anything in there. I didn't think so, but over here we look for a large fire. There it is. It's probably right there, so let's go up, get a breath of air. Okay, there we go. I think we'll hit that spot up really quick. Let's go grab a boat somewhere. All right, Rebel, what do you think? Should we do a practice exam, or do that later? What do you think? Do it later? Okay, we'll play a little bit longer. Like it on the map, but there's something here.
I can't let them see me.
Top two.
Huh?
Not the best haul, but this island. So, yes. See what that horse looks like. Ooh, this muddy beast makes its home near the swells of Lake Biwa. It's like a fish horse thingy. Let me see here. One moment. Oh, it's a fox.
The blade of the Naginata spirals, thrusts, and cuts straight to the marrow. My art is one of true and terrible intent. Each stroke performed as if in the thick of battle. Do you wish to learn?
Okay, level up. So we can go back to Iga. Samurai over there that we need to mess with. I'd say let's try and get this castle done now. We should be at a pretty decent level. We're gonna keep the Tonto for now. Just keep that on for now.
I should stay hidden here.
Okay, there's one inside of here.
Hey, this one.
What?
Alright, let me check that Tonto really quick. That might be better DPS, which is what I'm looking for. And it's close enough.
I'm sure it's nothing. Huh?
Yeah, it's nothing.
She won't get away.
Report back, please. Hey, who is there?
Oh, come on.
You tried.
Why was it so brutal? That is a very good question. Because that was like taking a 50 cal to the face. To be fair, I also didn't go into this realizing that I only had half of my rations. So that kind of set us back just a tiny bit. trap. We're not going that way.
Found anything?
Huh? Sorry, guys. Oh, come on. And somehow they still did not hear that. What I really need... Oh, perfect. There's a ration box right there.
What's that sound?
I didn't realize he's still got the skull on.
Lost sight of them.
I am trying to, but I don't know why these guys have a skull on them when it's supposed to be a level 31 area, and level 33. Like, I seriously thought that we should be on a,
What?
Yeah, we're not going to be able to complete this castle. I didn't see what his rank was the first time we were in there. I don't get that. That's really bizarre. Yeah, we'll just leave and come back. How did I get out of here last time? Screw it, there's a window right
That's
here.
odd.
No, it's not. Alright, well that was kind of a waste. Alright. Let's see what we've got for missions. Got a lot of stuff to do in Wakasa. We still need like 31 bandits to kill. No idea where these teapots are at that he wants. Wakasa. Let me see where this is at. Addo River Valley. So he would be over here somewhere, roughly. Looks like right there, okay. Gabe, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in. Okay, we got our resources. Awesome. I'm trying to get a little bit further in there. I'm going to do like a quick little practice exam for school, and then after that, I'm probably going to call it a morning, call it a night, whatever you want to really say it is.
Whoa.
Okay, I didn't plug my earphones in. Okay, good. Work will be miserable tomorrow if I don't have an audiobook or music to listen to. What the hell was that? The horse is like, hey, there's a river down here. We're just going to go swimming.
I went to meditate on the mountain. You can go.
Alright, Kimmy Curry. Interesting spot. Oh, what the fuck? Who the hell are you? I was in the middle of some. Oh god. Jeez. Okay, so we're gonna have to come back to this one later, I guess. Game is just throwing enemies at us that we're not ready to fight, apparently. Alright, yes, we'll come back to that. Let's, I guess, go down to this area.
While my senses remain impure, I will not enter the world until I achieve ultimate understanding. I will seek no other learning. May any virtue gained by my devotion.
Yep.
This way.
out near the shrine, and I felt like
さあ走れ。
Oi.
Temple.
Yep. Easy.
Okay, at least this one I don't have to worry about somebody coming in here and trying to kill me every 30 seconds. That's one. There's one up here. Others. Maybe? No. Oh wait, they go further up the hill, I think. Okay. Yeah, okay, I see what's going on. make our way to the viewpoint. That might be a castle. If it is, I'm not messing with that one tonight. By a outpost here.
Easy.
The person we're looking for is just over here somewhere. Assassinate the hedonist. It's over here.
It'll be less trouble if I stay out of sight.
Trying to get her to move. She's not moving.
Was enough.
The Daikon Okudaira Toshizo is dead. The field workers will no longer have to suffer for his selfishness.
This is how you die!
Bye, guys. That wasn't too bad. That guy's in Wakasa somewhere, so we can find him. Where exactly is Wakasa? It's all the way over here. Alright. Maybe we'll go into Wakasa tomorrow. Can't see what happens, but with that, what I'm going to do... Holy crap, how did this get tangled? What I think I am going to do is I am going to go ahead and do one more practice quiz for the night. See how bad I do, and kind of go from there. Turn that off. Turn that on. Put that there. Holy crap, it's bright. Let me turn my light on. Give me like 2 seconds. Okay. Fingers crossed on this. I don't know how it's going to turn out yet, but we will see. Of course, it's on Google, so it's going to be like incredibly bright. Yeah, start new. Oh, one more. Watch out, Kiki. Okay, sorry about that. When landing behind a large aircraft, the pilot should avoid wake turbulence by staying above the large aircraft's final approach path and landing beyond the large aircraft's touchdown point. Below, I believe it is A on this one. I think I got my notes on this. Let me pull up Sky Vector also while I'm here. Okay. So yeah, it should be A for that. What is the relationship of lift, drag, thrust, and weight when the airplane is in straight and level flight? Lift equals weight, thrust equals drag. Yeah, so it should be that. What is the angle of bank after which load factor notably increases? I believe that is 45 degrees. Where is that chart? It's wind correction, pressure, altitude, landing distances, weight and balance, center of gravity, airport diagrams. I'm pretty sure it's 45 degrees is like where it like goes up considerably. That's a helicopter, that's not it. Here it is. Yeah, because it's like 0.3 all the way up, and then once it gets to 45, it's 1.4, and then at 60 degrees, it's 2.0. So yeah, 45 degrees. One of the main functions of flaps during approach and landing is to decrease the angle of descent without increasing airspeed, permit touchdown at higher indicated airspeed. Increase the angle of descent without increasing the airspeed. see. So with that, it should be increasing lift at lower airspeeds, I think. Let me see here. So I think it's C. And what flight condition is torque effect greatest in a single engine airplane? Should be high power, high angle of attack. I think it's low airspeed because it's usually when you're taking off. Hey, what's going on, dude? How you doing? Yeah, we're actually doing a practice exam right now. So I'm pretty sure it's A. Because high airspeed means you're probably like already airborne at that. Low power isn't going to have torque effect on there, especially low angle of attack, so it should be A. An airplane that has been loaded in such a manner that the center of gravity is located aft of the aft CG limit. One undesirable flight characteristic the pilot might experience with this airplane is longer takeoff run difficulty and recovering from a stall condition. Honestly, it's kind of all three of those. So if you go into a stall, though, that's going to be extremely difficult because if you're tail heavy and you're pulling back on the yoke, it's going to have a difficult time like actually trying to like lift the nose of the plane. Like it would be a longer takeoff run as well, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be this stall condition. Definition of load factor. Angle of bank relative to the power off stall speed and specified configuration. Angle of bank increase to stall speed. I think it's additional weight carried by the wings divided by the weight of the aircraft. I'm pretty sure is load factor. What is an advantage of an attitude indicator that is displayed digitally? Indicator can be moved. It is more sensitive than the analog instrument. It could be it. This is like one of those questions I've never seen before, but whenever we train, it's always digital. I've actually not messed with any of the original steam gauges. Let's say I'm going to say A. I could be wrong on that, but we'll see. If a flight is made from an area of low pressure into an area of high pressure without the altimeter setting being adjusted, I think it's B, because low to high, clear sky, high to low, look out below is usually what they kind of say with that. Let me see. I'm trying to like think about how I did this one last time. Without setting the altimeter, saying the altimeter will indicate. I guess it is actually probably going to be lower. I need to work on those a little bit more. Like pressure altitude, like I understand it and I also don't. Altimeter 1 indicates that should be 10,000, but it's not quite at the 1. So I think that's closer to 900. Or is it? Hang on. Let me think here. Oh yeah, dude. That's kind of like where I have a lot of my issues. So, which airport is located at approximately here? All right, I'm gonna have to pull out my my book here so I can actually do the math on this. Okay, so that is the one with Minot. Here we are. Okay, what is it? So 4721. Okay, 101 and 1 degrees west. I believe it's Washburn right here. Pretty sure it's Washburn. The caution box indicates what hazard aircraft in Area 5. Caution, unmarked balloon on cable to 3,008 feet. Is that? Yeah, it is MSL. What type of military flight operation should a pilot expect along IR-644? IR-644. Does that give us an area? Area 3. Oh, here we go. IR-644. And make sure I'm on the right page for that. Okay, so chart supplement IR. Believe that is instrument rating. Yeah, so I think it's think it's A. For VFR flight operations above 10,000 feet MSL and more than 1,200 feet AGL, minimum horizontal distance from cloud is required to be, I think, 2,000 feet? Let's see. Oh, it's actually a mile. Okay. Let me double check that in here. PFR. Okay, here we go. 1,200 feet above the surface and at or above 10,000 feet MSL, 5 statute miles, flight visibility, 1,000 feet below, 1,000 feet above, and 1 statute mile horizontal. Okay. Yeah, so according to that anyways, that's what the book says. Can't really see it, but it's like the bottom paragraph down there. Alright, I'll take it. Under what condition may an aircraft operate from a satellite airport within Class C airspace? C. Pilot must contact ATC as soon as practical after takeoff. During daylight hours, over the counter, Cooperstown. I just had this page pulled up. MSL is mean sea level, so basically, like if you're at an airport that is at 1,000 feet in elevation, that is in MSL. Now, there's AGL, which is above ground level. So you got MSL, which is what your altimeter is going to read as, like, oh, you're flying at 2,000 feet, but your AGL is actually 1,000 feet because you've got, the pressure differences that are in there. Okay, let me open this back up again. Okay, so Cooperstown, daylight, 12 to 10,000 feet. It's an Echo airspace. Yeah, 3152. There we go. We're looking at a chart that the floor of Class C airspace is 700 feet when it's within magenta dash line, I believe. Let me see here. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Da, 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 da. Oh wait, nope, I got it wrong. It is B. Which transponder code should be used when in distress or for general emergency? 7700. 7600 is communication failures, and 7500 is the you do not touch that unless you want the Air Force to give you an air show. Jamestown, CTAF Unicom, Area 4. 123.0. What is the approximate position of an aircraft if the VOR receivers indicate a 245 radial of Sulphur Springs VOR DME and the 145 radial of Bonham? Okay, let's see. Let me find that map in here really quick. Here we go. Okay, so 245 of Sulphur Springs. $26, $50, $45. And what was the other one? $145 of Bonham. Okay, where's my papers here? Because I need to measure these out the right way. It should be Glenmar. So basically, Rebel, what I'm looking at, so I've got the same charts in a book, and the reason I'm using the book is because it's really hard to do that on a computer screen and be accurate. So essentially what the question is asking on this is you've got Sulphur Springs right here, you got Quitman down here, and then you've got Bonham up here. These are VORs. Basically, a VOR is a very high omnidirection receiver or something like that. I can't remember the exact acronym, but they are tuned to magnetic north, and before GPS and everything, this is what pilots had to essentially rely on. So if you're flying from like one place to another, you would say, okay, there's a VOR here. I need to be at this radial, so I need to go this direction. If I'm coming from down here, you get over the VOR, and then you go, I need to go this way now. Then you have to go over here. So what they're saying is, if you're on 245 of sulfur, it's going to be roughly right about here. And then 145, which is right here, of this. So you basically draw a line where these two would meet, and they should meet right about here. That is Glenmar. So essentially, like that's just kind of a way to tell where your aircraft is at. Okay, yeah, so what is your approximate position on low altitude airway Victor 1, southwest of Norfolk, if the VOR receiver indicates that you are on the 340 radial of Elizabeth City? Alright, so Victor 1 and 340 radial. Which one is that? Okay, yeah, this is the crazy Norfolk map. Alright. On low altitude airways. It's 340 of Elizabeth City. Elizabeth City is where? Area 3. There, you set that right here, so I can try and get this in a better position here. Alright. Elizabeth City, 340 radial. Up to Victor 1. Okay, so it's right here. Where's my pin so I can mark that? Oh, it's in my pocket, duh. Okay, 340, 33, 35, and 40's right here. Alright, so we got a dot there. Now, I need to measure the distance of this. $10, $20, $30 miles. So from where I left that mark, alright. Should be roughly 18 nautical miles southwest or so. So basically how this one is figured out, Victor 1 Airways is right here, right? So your 340 radial, there's 33, you got 35 right here, and then 340. So you're going to draw a line all the way up to where it intersects, which is roughly here-ish. And this is also why I use a book, is I can get a piece of paper and I can draw out these measurements right here. So 10 nautical miles, 20 nautical miles, 30, so on and so on. So you will measure from where that spot is all the way up here to Norfolk, whatever, and roughly it's about 18 miles-ish. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. Let's see. Okay, operating principle of a float-tight carburetor is based on the automatic metering of air at the venturi as the aircraft gains altitude, difference in air pressure at the venturi throat and air inlet, increase in air velocity in the throat at the venturi causing an increase in air pressure. I think it's B. Segmented circle indicates that the airport traffic is... Oh, it's one of these stupid ones. Left hand for 3.6, I believe. Right hand for 1.8. Let me think here for a second, hang on. Is there a 3.6 and 2.7 just to make sure I don't miss it? Yeah, so it should be A. I think. I hate that question because it's really confusing with that diagram. If an emergency situation requires a downwind landing, pilot should expect a faster airspeed at touchdown, longer ground roll, better landing, ground speed at touchdown, longer ground roll, and the likelihood of overshooting the desired touchdown point. So downwind, you're going to be going faster because you're going to have a tailwind that's kind of pushing you along, so you're going to have a longer ground roll, possibly a higher ground speed as well. Let's see. Yeah, so it should be likelihood of overshooting as well, I think. I think it's B. There's a lot of stuff in here, and like some of these questions are so similar, like you have to like really read them. And so like what I'm doing is I usually like try and like imagine it in my mind or like with my hands, and I like try and like kind of put like piece it together. But whenever you come into land in like an aircraft, right, or even taking off, you always land and take off with the wind going the opposite direction. So if you're landing north and the wind is blowing south, that's how you want to land. Because the wind, one, is helping kind of generate a little bit of lift for the aircraft, but also if you land with the wind pushing you along, you're going to go faster. It's going to take you longer to brake because you are going faster. It's more difficult to slow down. So that's why, like, whenever you go to the airport and you see, like, oh, some days they're taking off from this direction, but then the next day they're landing in this, the way they took off, and you're like, what's the deal with that? You know. So basically, this is like they're asking, like, what is the antidote for it? This hazardous mindset. So it's macho, which is like, oh, I can do it, which is what this is. But it's the taking chances is foolish. So when you're a pilot, they have these things that they call dangerous attitudes. So one's invulnerability. It's nothing will happen to me, and it's like it can happen to anybody. So that's one. Macho, I can do it. You really need to be saying like taking chances is foolish. You've got anti-authority. Don't tell me what to do. ATC is telling you to do something, and the person's ignoring it. The know-it-all, like they think that they know everything, and they're avoiding criticism and such. You've got impulsivity, which is like, I need to get to this airport because I'm doing a surgery tomorrow, or I have a class that I have to make, and there's a thunderstorm coming in. So what you should do is land, wait for the storm to pass, and then continue on. But some people are like, you know what, I'm going to try and beat the storm, and that's how accidents happen. When departing a non-towered airport traffic pattern, left-hand traffic, you continue straight out or make a 45-degree turn to the left, to the right, 180 degrees. It is a 45-degree turn to the left. The red symbol at sign D most likely be found. Do not enter. So at an intersection where a roadway may be mistaken as a taxiway. Filling the fuel tanks after the last flight of the day is considered to be a good operating procedure because this will force any existing water to the top of the tank, away from the fuel lines to the engine. No. Prevent expansion of fuel. No. Prevent moisture condensation by limiting airspace. Yes. If you have fuel in your tanks, you are screwed. Or if you have water in your fuel tanks. A pilot should be able to overcome the symptoms or avoid future occurrences of hyperventilation by closely monitoring flight instruments of the plane, slowing the breathing rate, breathing into a bag, talking aloud, or increasing breathing rate. No, because that's what causes hyperventilation. To set the high intensity runway lights on medium intensity, I honestly do not know this one. I think it's 5 times in 5 seconds. Since I haven't like done a lot of flying, I don't really know this one. I know that we practice with this, but I think it's 5 times in 5 seconds. In which environment is an aircraft structural ice most likely to have the highest accumulation rate? Freezing rain. To determine the freezing level and areas probable icing a lot, the pilot should refer to the weather depiction chart, area forecast, or in-flight aviation weather advisories. I'm kind of thinking it's C, but weather depiction chart, area forecast, it could also be. Let me think about this one for a second. So, freezing level. What are you doing? Here. Up. Yeah, you haven't seen her lately, have you, Rebel? Have you seen the cat? Psst, psst. Not you, her. I'm pretty sure it's C on this. Here she is. Yeah, she's like one of the few cats that actually allows me to do that. The wind at 5,000 feet AGL is southwesterly, while the surface wind is southerly. The difference in direction is primarily due to the... Oh, crap. I think it's B. It shouldn't have anything to do with the pressure gradient. The wind at Circle C is forecast to blow from which direction at what velocity? Area C. Yeah, let me make sure I'm looking at this right. What is that forecast app that I use? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. So from area C, it looks like that's 180 coming this way. Maybe 100, 100 at 10. Should be that. What clouds indicate convective turbulence? Towering cumulus clouds. Those are the clouds that you do not fuck with. What are the processes by which moisture is added to unsaturated air? I think it's A. I'm kind of like going quick now because I'm like, oh crap, I need to get ready to go to bed. It shouldn't be. I think it's C. Advection and upslope. Because steam fog and ground fog are usually off of like the water being warmer than the air around it. But these guys, that should be the wind. Radar weather reports cannot talk. Radar weather reports are of special interest to pilots because they indicate location of precipitation along with type, intensity, trend. Low areas of pog. I think it's this one because they need to know like what direction they're heading. Between 10 o'clock Zulu and 12 o'clock Zulu, the visibility at Memphis. Let's see. Here we go. 13th, or the 13th day, 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Calm, 3 statute miles broken. Every physical process of weather is accompanied by or is a result of heat exchange. With respect to certification for airmen, which are categories of aircraft, that should be a class. These always confuse me. That is my foot. Pretty sure it's this one. I think these are classes. Those are classes. At least I'm pretty sure. Except when necessary for takeoff or landing, what is the minimum safe altitude required for a pilot to operate an aircraft over congested areas? Is it 500 feet? I think it's B. I'm pretty sure it's B. Immediate action. The pilot may deviate from any rule of 14 CFR 91 to deal with the emergency. Deviate from any rule. I think it's this one because you don't have to usually submit reports unless they specifically request a written report from you about why you deviated. If an alteration or repair substantially affects an aircraft's operation in flight, that aircraft must be test flown by an appropriately rated pilot and approved for return to service prior to being operated. Any private pilot can do it. At what altitude shall the altimeter be set to 29.92 when climbing or cruising flight level? Air B. It's Air B. I could be wrong. Who may perform preventive maintenance on an aircraft and approve it for return to service? Student or recreational pilot, private pilot, or commercial pilot, none of the above. Let me see here. I'm pretty sure it's private pilot, but let's see. Private pilot standards, student pilot standards, instrument requirements, VFR, ELTs, airworthiness, maintenance, and records. I think it's in here. Let's see here. Da, 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 da. Let's see. Trying to make sure I'm looking through the book right now. Here we go. Persons authorized to approve aircraft, airframes, aircraft engines, propellers, appliances, or component parts for return to service after maintenance, preventative maintenance, rebuilding, or alteration. This is 43.7, Section F. A person holding at least a private pilot certificate may approve an aircraft for return to service after performing preventative maintenance under the provisions. Okay. So it's 2. In order to act as pilot as command in a high-performance airplane, pilot must have flight test and high performance, made 3 long solos and takeoffs. So it wouldn't be that one. It should be that, because you do have to get a certain endorsement for anything over 200 horsepower. A pilot who wants to operate under basic may complete a comprehensive medical examination with the examining doctor signing their checklist on November 24th this year. This meets requirement until November 24th, 4 years later. An airplane and an airship are converging if the airship has or is left of the airplane's position, which has the right of way, the airship. Oh wait, no, they're converging. I think they should both go to the right. Now, is it? I need to think about that one. Usually it's the least maneuverable gets the right of way. So that would be the airship. But like with planes, if they're coming head on at each other, each pilot needs to go to the right. But it's not saying anything about an airplane. So maybe it is actually the airship, because it is the least maneuverable. During a night flight, you observe a steady red light and a flashing red light ahead at the same altitude. What is the general direction of movement? Well, the red light is on the left side of the aircraft. So they are crossing to the left, because if you're looking at the side of an airplane, the left side is going to be your steady light, and the flashing is going to be behind it. So yeah, it's going to the left. Airship is like a blimp or a hot air balloon or something like that. Actually, I'm not sure about a hot air balloon, but it's like a blimp. Okay, so remember that calculator I was telling you about? This is why it's really handy. So basically, it will pull up like all these different. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's got like altitude, cloud bases, ground speed, fuel, like all kinds of stuff that you may need to use. So for this question, if you look at it, those are the 3 options it gives. So if we're going 18 miles in 8 minutes, so 0, 8, I need to convert this over to miles. We're going roughly 135 miles per hour. All right. I need to do some math on this one. If we need to get there in 30 minutes. All right, so E6B. So then we also have like this goofy thing. It's called an E6B flight computer. So this side is a calculator. This side is your wind correction angles, which is what we need here. So forecasted wind 310 at 15 knots. It's usually like if you're just like flying over cities or something like that. That's usually when it would kind of become a major issue. What is our true course? 270. So it's a right quartering headwind. We do that. Distance is 70 nautical miles. We need to get from point A to point B in 30 minutes. 140 knots. You subtract that. Roughly 137, I think. Magnetic heading is the direction the nose is pointing in reference to magnetic north. The error in the compass due to magnetic fields in the aircraft. The number you want to see in the glass. Wait, what? I think it's B. Oh, I hate this chart. Okay. Which one is this? Takeoff speeds. Okay. All right, so it's standard outside air temperature. So we're just going to say C, pressure altitude is sea level, which is here. Takeoff weight 2,700 pounds. Which is there. No headwind component. And we do have a 50-foot obstacle. I'm thinking it should be 1,400 feet. Basically what this one is, so when you look at this, you are essentially going like, okay, so standard air temperature is 50 degrees Celsius or 59 degrees Fahrenheit, which is roughly right here. This is just like a sample that they give us with this. But it was standard air temp, so we go up to here because our pressure altitude was sea level. You go straight over to here. Our aircraft weight was 2,700 pounds, so you kind of follow this line down until you get to about 2,700, which is there. Straight over again, we did not have a headwind. Straight over again to here. It's a 50-foot obstacle, so you follow this up, which is about right there-ish. So it should be about 1,400 feet or so for a ground roll in order to like take off. That's why I do this in a book, is because if you try and follow this with a mouse, you're just asking for trouble. Okay, so same thing, but this one is a little bit different. I can actually do this one without needing the other. So pressure, altitude, sea level, 4 knots of headwind, temperature is standard. So it would be right here. Do we have an obstacle? No obstacle. Okay, so roughly 445 feet. Need to go to our calculator. So 445 feet. We need to decrease the distance by 10% for each 4 knots of headwind. We got 4 knots, so times 0.04, 17.8, so 445 minus, let's just say 18, should be 427, which I think I got something wrong here. Hang on. Crash altitude, oh. So sea level, there, ground roll. Okay, so times 0.04. Oh wait, no, I know what I did wrong. Duh. I'm tired. Times 0.10 because it's 10%. It's 44.5. Duh. It's B. If the outside air temperature at a given altitude is warmer than standard, the density altitude is higher than the pressure altitude, I think. What is the expected fuel consumption for a 500 nautical mile flight under the following conditions? Okay, so pressure altitude 4,000 feet, temperature 29 degrees Celsius. So 4,000. Let's see. All right, let's see what we got here. So it should be probably on this chart right here. So at 4,000 feet, what was the manifold pressure? 21.3. Okay, so that means we are using roughly 11.5 gallons of fuel per hour. It's 500 nautical miles. So it's 159 knots. $36.1. We'll see. Okay. What is the effect of a temperature increase? Okay, I think I know what chart this is. I need to pull up. It's going to be that weird one. Yeah, okay. Okay. So 90 degrees, 1250. That's Fahrenheit, right? Yeah. It's roughly here. Okay. And then it is 55 degrees Fahrenheit to 1750. So it's a decrease. I think it's 1,700 foot decrease-ish. I could be wrong on that. Okay, this is a weight and balance. Okay, remove. Item 1. Okay, so our front seat occupants, 387 pounds. The arm of the front seat is 85. Rear seat is 293 with an arm of 121. Let's see, fuel is 35 gallons times 6 pounds per gallon, 210. And what's the arm of that? 75. Weight is 890 pounds at the moment. Aircraft empty weight 2015. 2905 is our current weight. Max takeoff weight 2950, so it should be about 45 pounds. So basically how I got this, Rebel, is if you look at this figure right here, let me get rid of that one really quick. So it says our front seat occupants right here are 387, right? So basically you put 387 down for your weight. This is the arm, like that's set with where it's at. Rear seat, same thing, 293. Arm of 121. This is what I'm putting in my calculator, by the way. Fuel, so avgas is roughly 6 pounds per gallon. It's a little bit lighter than like, you know, water, like, which is usually 8 pounds. So you do that. Now down here, this is your empty weight for the plane. That's your max takeoff weight. So the question being, how many or what's the amount of baggage that you can carry on the plane? So since we got 2905 for all of our weight with everything, we still had 45 pounds that we could add on to that plane and still be good. Okay, so this one's another weight and balance. Pretty similar, but we're going to be using these charts. So essentially, you get your weight over here, you match it up with the line, with like whichever one it is, your rear passenger, your baggage, and everything. And then once you do that, you find out where your weight's at and where your moment's at, and you see if it is in these boxes. If it's in these boxes, great. With this, basically, it's saying that your max takeoff weight is 2,300 pounds. So if you take off at 2,300 pounds, you need to be within this little box here. If you're less than that, same thing. Because otherwise you can get like aft heavy or nose heavy, anything like that, and that's not a good thing. Alright, so let me come up here really quick. Okay, so our weight is 1350. They already gave us the moment. This is a little bit different, so we're not using arm, we're using moment, so that's 51.5. Pilot and passenger is 380 pounds. The moment for that. 380 pilot passenger is roughly here. I believe that would be 14.5. £288 for our rear passengers. Roman, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. Okay, so 288 pounds, rear passengers. I'm just going to say 290. So it's right about there. So it's 20.5, 21, 21.5 for the moment. Let's see, fuel. 48 gallons, that is 288 pounds. This is 15, 14.5, let's just say 14. And then we got oil. It's 7.5 pounds per quart, so that's 15. Our moment is negative 0.20. Let me see, something's off here. $13.50, 51.5, correct. $288, that's right. Let me see here. Something didn't get input right. Okay, so yeah, it's 21.5 there. How did this get wrong? Let's see. Let me do my math one more time. All right, so 380 for the pilot and them should be just say roughly 14. Oh, cat. Okay, weight 288 pounds. We're rounding that up to 90, which is here. So that's 20.5, 21. Oh wait, I think I see what happened here. Okay, 380, 288. That's what I did wrong. Okay, I was like, what the heck am I doing wrong? It's because we don't have rear passengers. Sorry, I'm half asleep right now. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so full 48 gallons there. So that's 15, 14.5. Let's just say 14. And we got our oil. It should be 79.3. Finish. How did we do? Not bad. It could use a little bit of work. I'm honestly kind of surprised that it actually turned out like that, but we will. Like, I'm going to keep practicing on this because I just want to make sure I'm actually getting them all right, because I am still getting stuck and like confused on certain things. So until I like absolutely like know that I'm ready for it. So okay, it's not horrible. Turn my calculator off so I don't waste my batteries. So 93.3%. That's not bad. What did I miss? Okay, so this is one I was definitely confused on. Horizontal line that extends all the way to the edge of the PFD. Okay. The wind at Circle C is forecast. Oh, okay, yeah, I guess that is kind of more south. I was kind of more looking at this one right here, so okay. Now this one I thought it was interesting. Now that one is a little confusing because an alteration or repair substantially affects an aircraft's operation in flight. That aircraft must be test flown by an appropriately rated pilot and approved for return to service prior to being operated. Oh, see, I misread it. So that's like how they trick you, because the way I was starting to interpret that question is it could be flown by anyone with a classification of a private pilot. And then I didn't pay attention to the parts where it says like prior to being operated, then it would have been passengers like on board. So okay. All right. Well, I got some more practicing to do, I think. Alrighty, guys, I have to call it a night. I hope you guys all have a good morning. I am going to get a little bit of sleep before I go to work, and I need to take the DOG OUT. But thanks for hanging out with us. I will catch y'all here in a little bit. So y'all have a good one, and see y'all here in a few. Rebel, you have a good night. Morning, whichever. You know what I mean. But alrighty, take care.